Back at the local, gonna do a couple of warm-up laps, suss out a new line, which I think is very wet for a very long time. The guys have been hard at work. Gonna have a quick squeeze, walk through, suss it out, and have a bit of fun this morning. Haven't been on the mountain bike for a couple of weeks now. Let's see where it's at. Okay. Looking relatively dry. Still a bit wet, but it's okay. Nice little gap. If I've learned anything from my riding, is that you should always suss out features, even if you think you know the place. I've had too many instances where I thought I knew what was going on and absolutely destroyed myself. Ah, cool. This is looking good. I've changed the size of the gap and the direction that it goes into. Okay. Still very wet. Big hip. Got some dirt jumps now. Sweet. Have a quick look. Soil is so good here. This used to be my favorite line a long time ago, and it looks like they've made it really good again. A few more dirt jumps. Nicely packed in. Look at that. Pure gold. Pure gold. A little bit wet still. Very good. Let's go back, have a look at the rest again. The beauty about all those down ramps is that even if you case, you're not really going to hurt yourself. They're not really steep. They're pretty crash proof unless you really land short. This corner you have heaps of speed, so I'm not too worried about. This section is incredibly tight when you're going down at pace. It's such a great feeling. You can really feel everything going past you quite fast. This hip's looking awesome. Look at that. Yes. It always felt like you could go way bigger than how it was previously. Yeah, heaps of speed in that bar. Alright, so we'll be spending a little bit of time on this track. I just want to get everything linked up nicely and get some air time. It all looks relatively dry and safe, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, first run in, let's get a feel for the speed. shoot. Yes. Tuck in. Pull. Ah, what was I saying about casing before? Beautiful. Okay. Cased a little bit back there. Wow. Overshot the first one, which is always nice typically, so try and back it off a little bit at the start. Wow, the hip felt amazing over the creek. Absolutely fantastic boost. The guys have done a great job. Yeah, not happy with that case. I don't know if the soil's a bit too wet still, or wasn't great. Anyway, we'll give it another shot. Okay, one run. Can't exactly call it being warm, but at least I got a sense for the speed and a little bit of the bike. I really don't recommend doing this type of stuff cold. Your head's not quite in the game, but I'm short on time and I don't want to really ride 5k of trails to feel warmed up. So we'll give it another crack. A little bit more understanding of speeds required and front wheel positioning, and be able to have a real good time this run. Here we go again. We'll go a bit slower this time off that first one. We boosted way too far, too deep. All right, here we go. Sharp in. Clip the pedal there, boys. As you can see right here, that is not ideal going into a jump. If you can pull up, do it. Otherwise, give it a pray when you send it. It's still a little bit soft in parts, but I don't mind it. Typically this place is always bone dry, so it's a nice change. It just means that you have to put a few more sneaky pedals here and there if you feel like you're going in a little bit undercooked and you're not very good at pulling up. See a lot of videos where people just, obviously speed is your friend in most cases, but don't really have full control of the bike and just rely on the speed and the kicker to do the job. I think you need to be able to have that confidence that you can pull up hard if you feel you're going to be short or you need to adjust position in the air and brace yourself for potentially a shitty impact. Anyway, I'm not the expert at this, but I do know it's saved me a few times, and I've seen too many crashes where people are just shooting themselves off bigger jumps than their ability can allow them to do. So just one piece of advice, maybe if you're going to do jumps or bigger gaps, make sure you give yourself an opportunity to have air time and feel for what it means to deal with different scenarios. All right, let's go. Oh, overshot. Under boost. Oh, everything's running real slow. Yeah, this section needs a bit more dry time. Yeah, this felt a lot better, a lot more composed, a bit more boosting, less speed. That's good. I think when it's dry, you would tackle it slightly differently, where probably stay low and use the speed to your advantage. And when it's sticky like that, you may as well, and the ramps are all fresh, so they're quite kicky, which is great, but they'll likely pack down, so it's always interesting when new jumps are built. You always, obviously a lot of people jump them before, but you always feel like a bit of a guinea pig because they haven't quite settled in yet, and you got to be prepared for too much kick, not enough kick, and speed, same thing. And then add a little bit of a moist soil and you've got an interesting recipe. I like to dial these things in, as I said before, so I'll keep doing them until I find the right front wheel position everywhere. I say front wheel because it doesn't really matter where the rear lands. Obviously you don't want to land 90 degree, but it's not perfectly in line. Not the end of the world. It doesn't feel as fast, but when you're riding pre-ride-ish tracks, you're you don't really mind that. You're likely to be a bit skewish and throw some style anyway, intentionally or unintentionally. Alright, give it another go. It's a really fun track. Can't wait till it runs fast again. It's so good.